So this is the process of gathering the information using this equipment here, which comes to under £500 compared to a £50,000 LiDAR scanner. I'm just scanning this corridor here, and it literally took, under a minute to do the whole of that corridor, about 20 photographs. It takes 5 seconds per photograph. So this was the building that I was scanning there. It's down at Bedford Towers, down in Brighton. Started at the top of this. This image is actually at the entrance hall, and you can see from this image there's a fire alarm panel over here, and here we have a great break glass. Here's a QR code here, which we could have taken a photograph of as well, or zoom into, and you can get into the residence portal of information. And there's the premise information box just at the entrance. So I was up on the roof and I came down the stairs. When I got to the 6th floor, I went through an exit door and found myself out on a roof. And there was no signage here telling me which direction to go in. There were no balustrading, so that was quite dangerous. And just didn't really know where to go. So probably would have ended up running back into the building in the smoke. But I went to the end of the building to be confronted with a great big puddle here, and the exit door was finally over here. So that clearly wasn't safe route of escape. This is one of the dry risers. It's just showing the dry riser. You can see it here, the outlet. And if you open the doors, you can see the equipment that's inside here. And if you want to get up close, you can just take your camera out and take some photographs. You can see that this floor bat has fallen through, and you can see some information about who was there last, what they did, and the date that they were there. This is the plan that was found in that premise information box. It was a PDF, took it to the local scanning company, scanned it in, brought it back to the office, put it into CAD, made a link between the 360 photographs that were taken, and these camera locations show where they are on the actual floor. So that basically gives you, when you're in the PIM, you actually can just click on this camera location and it'll show you that photograph. So these doors are often numbered. That might be flat number 1, so that would be image number 1, for example, and you know exactly where you are in the building. I think it was earlier on this week, I was down at Nile Court in Poole with Salt Wilmington. He was the building safety manager there, doing a degree on building safety in the evenings. Here he is. He's just taking a 360 photograph here of this stairwell. So that's that done. And we then grabbed the floor plans, which he sent to me the evening before. When we got into this room down in the basement, we found in this room this is the entrance into that door, the external louver door, and then in the corner of this room there's another room, and that room is full of equipment and pumps. So that's actually not shown on this plan at all. So we pick up quite a lot just by going around the site. So the building safety managers see immediate value in what we're doing. We've done the same now. We've repeated this process now. We're gathering a bit of momentum. Last week at Eclipse House up in London. Went up there and again got to the bottom of this staircase. I was with the building safety manager. There was a lot of rubbish stored here, which is obviously flammable. This is the drawing that was in the premise information box that the fire brigade are supposed to grab when they go into the building. And from this plan, you would see that there's no way in or out of this escape route. But you can see quite clearly here that there's a doorway here. So this is actually wrong. So this is part of the verifying of the information whilst we're on site. And the 360 cameras are very, very good at doing this because they don't miss anything. There's nothing about, oh, I forgot to take that, I need to go back. You press the button once, it captures the lot. Again, these aren't really in order, but this is another plan that was verified on site. I took this out of the premise information box. That was the shape of the building, where actually from the aerial photograph, it was more of this shape. So it wasn't curved both sides. But about a few days later, I was sent this drawing by the building safety manager. And from that drawing, I drew up this CAD plan. And as you can see, there are 3 flats here. But on the information that's in the fire box, it shows 1 flat. So I think that the fireman going into this, based off of this drawing, is going into a completely different scenario to the scenario that they expected to be in. And this building safety manager was an ex-fireman. He was horrified. So, as you can imagine. We then went over to the next project that he was running. This is Sky City. It's about 150 flats on top of a shopping centre. It's a bit of a maze up there, actually. And this is the building safety manager here. So he's just taking a photograph now. Paul Womack is taking a photograph, and 5 seconds later he's just going to move off and take another photograph. And that's as easy as the process is. So once I showed him how to do it, he just got on and did some of his own. We've got up to the top floor. Again, looking at this information, you can see that there's one door out of here. But when you can see the 360 photograph, there's quite clearly a door here, and there's also another door here. So again, this information is verified through the 360 photographs.
Having captured everything we need from the site visit, the 360 photos are uploaded to the Spatial Modelling Active Plan, so the online surveyor can effectively walk to the next photo to get better visibility. Clicking on the photos in the plan opens it up so the survey can be completed back in the office, or from home, or quite frankly from anywhere in the world where the right type of experts are available. ActivePlan comes with a large library of asset types and manufacturers' products, so they can search the database and tag the assets in the 360. Anything they can see, they can tag, and they can even place tags for things that they as experts know must be there but are perhaps hidden above a ceiling. Each selection creates a new asset record in that space, and the asset types can be pre-configured with the right classifications: real, asset automation. And to top it all, ActivePlan stores what the expert was looking at when they made the selection, which we're using to train the AI. The remote surveyor moves to the 360 taken from the other end of the corridor. They tag several more fire doors, which are written to the database. This provides the asset owner with a permanent record of that specific asset, so any subsequent surveys can update it and build a history. I think the beauty of this is that the responsible person has a record of all the selections made by all the experts, so they can be reviewed later and perhaps updated as people with different expertise get involved. They can even move to another photo that shows the electrical switchgear cabinet open. If the person doing the tagging is unsure, they can place a tag for another expert to review it and either confirm or correct it. Real collaborative working. In this case, the electrical SME gets a list of the things they need to look at, and by simply clicking on it, it zooms to the 360 containing that asset so they can see the context. Real golden thread stuff.